This is Stuart Cameron with a look at yesterday's rugby. And let's start with Scotland's win in the RBS Six Nations against Italy by 34 points to 10. 4 tries for Scotland, with Tim Visser getting his 5th for Scotland in only 7 games for his adopted country. Sean Lamont scored his first try for Scotland in over 40 matches. A debut score for Matt Scott and an incredible 80-metre dash to the line following an interception from Stuart Hogg. And it was another borderer, Greg Laidlaw, who celebrated his first start for Scotland at number 9 with a man of the match performance. We hear from both of them. First, Greg Laidlaw.
It was a team performance today. Forwards were outstanding and they gave me an easy ride, so made it a lot easier to do my job. And there's a couple of standout performances in the backs. We're just delighted to get that win, get over the line, and we'll keep our feet on the ground and look to build towards Ireland in a couple of weeks.
And a lot of people will be delighted to see you start at number 9.
Yeah, obviously a lot of people back home I think will be very happy, as was I. The forwards again, come back to that. If they play like that, it makes me look even better, so delighted to be there, delighted to be starting for Scotland and a winning Scotland team. That's the main thing.
Obviously it's the boys up front to do the hard work. I thought the scrum and the line was top notch this afternoon. The Italians came over here with a massive pack, but our boys fronted up and really taken it to them, and credit to them.
And how does that try compare with the one you scored last season?
Same as always, a try is a try. To get in a Scotland jersey is even better. So it's good to come away with a win as well. So I'm happy with that.
And Ireland next?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Obviously hope they can just keep our momentum going. It's not going to be easy. We've got a tough game against England tomorrow, so we'll see what they're about. It's a couple of weeks off now, but now we'll still have our focus in the back of our mind of what's ahead.
On Friday night at Netherdale, the Scotland under-20 team beat Italy under-20 by 30 points to 17, with 3 tries in the credit column. 3 Borders players played: Russell Anderson and Chris Auld from Gala and Sean Muir of Hawick. They did the area proud, and tomorrow you can watch highlights of the game on Borders Rugby television at bordersrugby.net. There were 2 Border Cup games on Friday night. Peebles beat Jed Forest 31-16 and Kelso got the better of Hawick YM 42-21. Nothing at stake, of course, as Selkirk are already champions of the competition and will play Melrose in the Scottish Cup quarter-final as a result. Gala, incidentally, going to Aberdeen to play them in their quarter-final tie. Talking of Aberdeen, they welcomed them to Netherdale yesterday and came from behind to win 15-14 in a crucial Premiership game. Gala's 2 tries went to Luke Petty and Gary Graham. Here's coach George Graham with his reaction to that important win, which keeps the pressure on air at the top.
If anybody, a neutral, come down and say, pick a team that's just travelled 4 hours on the bus, you would have to have picked the Gala team. And I think that was a lot of it. They're near the foot of the table for a reason, but they never showed it, did they? They're fighting for their lives, and the old saying, a wounded animals are a hell of a lot more dangerous than one that's just roaming about freely, and I think that's what Gala were doing. We're sitting at the top, there's nothing a big deal. We'll win, we've won all the rest of this game, we'll just have to turn and win. And that was one of the things that we spoke about after the game there, is that we feel that we're just going to turn up, or certainly they feel they're just going to turn up and win the game, and then we'll just try and get the bonus point. But they know that we've sort of ironed out a few things, hopefully, and they know that we have to earn the right.
During the week, Craig Chalmers announced he was leaving Melrose for Chinner in Oxfordshire, where he'll take up a new position next month down south as First 15 Director of Rugby, before becoming their head coach at the end of the season. John DL will take over from Craig, and we wish them both well. Yesterday, Melrose played their first game for a few weeks and lost 2019 to Edinburgh Accies. Alan Walker scored their only try, with Andrew Skeen and Joe Helps kicking the rest of the points. Here's John DL.
I thought we started really, really well, but I think credit to Edinburgh Accies. They're a defensively orientated team. They know what to do to scrap it out. With Simon there's got them very well drilled. Defensively made it hard, but I think we had our chances today to win and win quite easy, but we just didn't keep a hold of the ball. I think we'll look back at the video and we'll kind of rule a lot of chances we did have, but it's probably credit to Accies. They did put pressure and they did force us to make mistakes, but we've got to look after the ball if we want to win these games.
We've heard of 2 close 1-point games so far, and here's another. Selkirk lost 22-21 at Hamilton in the National League after coming back from 15-0 down. Darren Clapperton scored 2 more tries this season, with Rory Banks getting the other, and Mike McVie converted them all. We hear from Selkirk's Fraser Harkness.
The game was scrappy, it was a hard game. They've got a big pack of forwards and a big set of backs, but they took an early lead, but we got back out of the game, played well in patches, but just couldn't hang on in the end. We had red cards and a couple of yellow cards, and we just got dragged down, and fortunately we couldn't come away with a win, but we got the bonus point and And we're happy with that. We'll build on it for next week. Could have done that win the day, but the boys stuck in. There were a lot of changes today. A lot of young boys put their hands up. So, no, it was promising. It was promising.
In the same division, Hawick extended their lead at the top of the table with a 32-23 victory at Hillhead Jordan Hill. They were 13-3 adrift but came back to claim a bonus point win. Lee Armstrong got a brace with John Coots and Keith Davis getting the others. Neil Rennick went over 200 for the season by kicking the rest of the points. Hawick coach Phil Leck.
Really pleased with the performance today. We came for a bonus point and came away with a bonus point. We didn't play particularly well in the first half, and Hillhead played really, really well and frustrated us a little bit, and we had to sort of regroup at half-time. Scored 3 good tries in the second half to come away with it. We'll try to keep the pressure up at the top and try to keep the pressure up on Hawks. And big boost for us was Watsonians getting beaten yesterday, so we're just going to keep crashing on and try to maximise what we're doing.
Langham's bid to win the Border Shield took a setback when they went down 38-19 at Galloway M, and Earlston beat Hawick Quins 39-12. In East League 1, Berwick's game at Livingston was called off, but Duns beat Portobello on the road 32-8. In Division 3, St Boswell's beat Inverleith 27-3 away from home, while Walkerburn's home match against Pennycook ended in defeat by 24 points to 0. For all the latest news, results, video, audio and rankings, go to bordersrugby.net.
Stark, Main & Co. are a UK award-winning firm of chartered tax advisors and accountants committed to offering high-quality tax and business advisory services. With a committed and professional team, we have the focus and drive to help you change the numbers which are important to you. We are proud of the difference we can make together.